Alright. This is MrScaryCake, and we have Elisa the Innkeeper, the prologue. So let's just hop in and do this. I think I've got the settings right so that it won't crap itself, but we'll see about that. The air smelled like the wood in the spring, and a faint scent of flowers seemed to soothe the whole room. The inn was warm and hearty. Elisa, the innkeeper, was endlessly busy running back and forth between her clients, and if she ever stopped for a minute, it was only to clean up after a client that left. At that moment the prince sat in front of the bar, seemingly lost in thought, with his gaze fixated on her. Damn, she is so beautiful. Every time I see her I fall in love again, just like the first time. He whispered to himself while taking a sip of beer from Allah. The girl who up until that point was in front of him noticed that her only client was staring at her and decided to get a bit closer, leaning forward to clean up that part of the bar. Didn't it just say that there were lots of clients, that she was rushing around? Have I ever told you I live in a castle? Still busy cleaning, she leaned on the bar, which was still wet. The prince could see clearly through her shirt. Oh really? You never told me. So I assume you are some kind of nobleman? Full of himself, the young man rose from his stool. I am, without a doubt, one of the most worthy between those who carry this title. Smiling, the innkeeper instinctively paused and turned to her guest, resting her head on her hands. She looked interested. She's just trying to get some money. What was that thing? New artwork. Do you mean that you are not like the other nobles around? Wow, you can see everything from this angle. Of course not. Who do you think I am? Wait, is that a little... Okay, there is a little dash there. He didn't say that out loud. I've seen many nobles come and go at my inn. However, you are the most fascinating young man in here right now. Yeah. The room was actually... Oh, damn train. The room was actually empty aside from the two of them. So what do you have more than other nobles? What's going on with his, like, red hair here? The prince took a deep breath. Did she really say those words? Oh wait, that's not even something. He gulped down his entire glass of beer. You had to take a deep breath to drink your beer? I own the most majestic castle in all of Florence. And what else? She is so close that I can smell her. Her scent it's so sensual. I've never found such a smell. You're really selling her here. I would love to caress her. Should I try to? Maybe I should. What? Suddenly a weird feeling overwhelmed him. Oh. Don't fall. I believe it's time for you to wake up. Jeez. Your train's here. What? You should wake up now. The image of the innkeeper, which it... Just give it a second. I'm not editing this out. It'll take too long. I don't have any videos already as the channel goes. Which at first was crystal clear and beautiful as a rose in a warm spring morning, started fading while the tone of her voice seemed to lose intensity. And gone. Such a shame. Beautiful things don't last long indeed. The prince woke up, slightly dazed. Oh, new thing, new song. Just a dream, he thought, sorely disappointed as he brought a hand to his forehead and tried to stand up from his lying position. Ah, is this our castle? Well, aside from the fireplace and like this deer, it doesn't look too majestic. Majestic. My head hurts really bad. What could I ever have done last night? Well, you probably drank a lot. You've got 3 cups and 4 bottles here at least. He looked around and saw broken glass, bottles, plates, which were pretty easy clues. Did he eat some? I don't see any plates. Oh no, there's a plate there. Have I been robbed? Yeah, that's what I think. Somebody came in here and had a party while I was sleeping. He sluggishly muttered. Had it really been a burglary, he would have been left naked, as expensive as his clothes were. They just came in and drank all the booze. What could have possibly happened? I feel so sick, and this room has a weird smell. Somebody's pissed me. The windows were closed and the drapes shut, so that sunlight barely entered the room, and despite the silence, his head kept hurting really bad. What could have possibly happened? Nobody knows. Those candles on that chandelier have to be a bitch to light. The only thing I remember is how tired I was as I went to bed, but I do not recognize this place. I should be in another inn. Ow, thinking is not helping. I think I will sleep some more. Nausea and headache are definitely not best friends when one desires to use his head. Moreover, it is really hard to give up such a nice dream. The sun had risen only a few hours ago. Why should someone suffer to wake up so early in the morning? Especially if he does not need a job to earn a living. Well, I guess that's a fair point. Oh, are we going to go back to bed, or are we going to investigate this mystery of who drank all the wine? I guess investigating's more exciting. Little achievement pop. No, I can't really do this. It's impossible to go back to bed. There's a disgusting stench in here. And I think it's gonna follow us out. Ooh, a new song. Deeply disturbed by the smell and the filth in the room, the prince couldn't help but feel shocked at the mess inside. Usually, any displaced item is enough to make me lose my sleep. What? Whatever could have happened? In truth, that wasn't really a good time to fall back asleep. Such memory lapses should really not be neglected. Maybe I'm worrying too much about it, he said to himself, trying to ignore the pulsing pain in his head and the nausea. Still, it's probably a good idea to take a look around. Okay, the room was a pigsty. Hazardous even, with all the shattered plates and glasses. Moreover, some of the chairs were turned over. The fireplace was spouting ashes on the flute. Okay, and the bed sheets were on the floor as well. First of all, let's open the window. I don't think I can bear this stench without vomiting. So he opened the window and lingered there for a moment to take a deep breath of fresh air while he was thinking back to the dream he just had. I was definitely dreaming about something interesting. What was it, though? Oh, that's kind of how it happens. I had a dream, I forgot it, I don't remember it at all. Oh, there's a person there. Oh, yep. The white, wet curtains the prince was leaning on reminded him of the dream he thought he'd forgotten 1 second ago. Alright, we got some more choices. Choices everywhere. Too bad it was such a street. I better not say loudly what I have done to her. Too bad it was just a dream. Does it really matter what I say? Aren't I in a room by myself? Who cares? Sure. I better not say those things I did to her in my dream. Well, I was going to do it to her in my dream. What is this? New codex? New trait? Bad karma? I'm talking to myself. Yeah, there's the thing I just said. And we're going somewhere? Did I click? Oh, there we go. Now that I think of it, yesterday afternoon, after speaking with the merchant, I wanted to go see her. Okay. He slowly buttoned up his vest as he focused his thoughts on reconstructing the recent events. Now I remember. I was arguing with that merchant for the sale of my castle when at some point we decided to walk towards this inn to wrap up the business. So you're selling your castle. When everything got settled, we started drinking, and then I can't remember anything else. He found out that he started drinking. A worrying feeling of anxiety filled the mind of the young man, who kept brooding about his memory lapses about the past night. What if that blasted merchant made me sign that deal? In panic, he started rummaging around to find his clothes, which were strewn across the room. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I can't see any bag filled with gold on the table. Drunk as I was, for what I can remember, I could have even gifted my castle away. You have to be pretty drunk to do that. After a few minutes, his clothes started to pop up. What? Scattered in every corner of the room as if they had been hidden. His clothes started to pop up. Do you mean he started to find them? Or that he opened the dresser and they just flew out? It was actually quite an effort to collect them. Somehow his gloves managed to end up in the furthest corner under the bed. Stretching as much as he could, the prince extended his hand and felt something other than his gloves. He was certain he'd heard a faint metallic sound. Why is this? Maybe a coin. Is there an option here for speed up the text? Let's see. Just real quick. No, there doesn't appear to be an option. Or I'm missing it. It's whatever. Oh, what happened there? His hope was to find some gold. However, as he moved the sheets away, we are unlocked some artwork while we wait for this text to get on the way. He moved the sheets away. The only thing he managed to see under the shadow of the bed was a silver blade. He sighed, and with some precautions, he pulled out what was, by all accounts, a sword. Okay. What is this doing here, he asked himself, while wielding the object and looking for more details. A sword? Why would a sword be in my room? The blade was completely made of silver, and its hilt covered with brown cloth. It looked more like a decoration than a weapon. The prince was tense and hesitated. All right. I believe I'll take it with me. If someone was so foolish that they left it behind, their loss. He shrugged and smiled. He turned and immediately saw the scabbard leaning on the wall. With the state of this room is in, I'm not sure I should walk down to pay. It'll cost me a fortune to compensate for all this damage. I think I better just leave here a few coins and get out quickly. I mean, if you're going to already be breaking the rules, you might as well just not pay him at all. Is it really beneficial to halfway break the law? You're still breaking it. Calmly, he fastened his belt just right and sheathed the sword with care to avoid damaging it. Great, time to go. Nope. New item unlocked. New song unlocked. Knock, knock. Suddenly, someone knocked at the door. Alright, who could it be this time? The waiter. Fear that I'll have to give up some coin to pay for the damage in the room. Do they have to knock right away? I don't even have time to tidy up. I really don't need this. Who could it be? Is it a waiter asking for money? I should really go. Yeah, let's go with this first option. Who could it be at this time? Oh, I got some good karma. The waiter? I fear that I'll have to give up some coin to pay for damage in the room. Who could it be? Is it a waiter asking for money? I should really go. Wait a second. Did it just go through two of the options? The knocking at the door became louder. I know you're in there. Open the door. Recognizing the merchant's voice, the prince froze. He even stopped breathing to make as little noise as he could. What the heck do I do now? I'm tired of waiting. I've got the papers to sign here. Remember the deal we made yesterday afternoon? Wait a second. If he came here to make me sign the documents, it means yesterday he wasn't able to get anything out of me. My fears were unfounded. I'm getting ready. Give me a moment to dress up. I have no time to lose waiting for you to titivate yourself. Open this damn door. The prince was busy fixing up his clothes as well as he could, trying to remember all the details of the deal he agreed upon the day before. It would have been unforgivable to appear without having any idea of how to resume the talks. What kind of impression will I give if he sees all this mess? I will never be able to clean up all this. It'd be better if I was outside the window dangling and he came in to find the room a mess anyways. When the guards came in to make me pay for it. He said, giving up as he walked up to the door. I actually thought last evening, why don't you clean up a bit before going to bed? How do you know you thought this? His shame becomes so unbearable that the prince impulsively jumped out of the room. Yep, there we go. He's gone. Oh no, he's right here. Here I am. Can we take a seat downstairs? I would like some privacy. Your room will be perfect for that. What need is there to stay in the room when we can walk downstairs and have a drink? I don't really feel like drinking after last night. Oh please, let's walk down. I'll offer you a round. No, I really am not feeling like it. I mean it. Don't make me beg you. For what I care, you're free to drink all you want afterwards. Please, let's go in. I want to close this up quickly. What if I offer you lunch? Fancy a steak or some cake? We could even invite a fine lady to lunch with us. What about this? What the hell are you hiding in that room? You came to the point of offering me a meal? This is so unlike you. Quit the excuses, please. Make way. The glare of the prince hearing those words became almost threatening. I'm dead serious. It is a bad idea to enter, he added, interposing himself between the door and the other person. And they went in anyway. Seeing the sudden hostility in the scene, the merchant gave up insisting and finally decided to listen to the prince. Okay, so they didn't go in the door, although the door still looks open. They went downstairs with the door open so that somebody can walk by and see it. He turned and started walking down the stairs. Okay, it's fine. It's whatever. Once to the bottom of the stairs, they picked a table in a less crowded corner so that they could have some quiet while they talked. Alright, well, I feel like this is a good spot to end this episode. And we will talk about not selling their house and how this prince is going to molest people, I guess. Because that seems to be what he's about. Oh, it's okay. Maybe we'll steer him right. Maybe we won't. Alright. See ya.